trigonometric functions, or these are also called circular functions. Trigonometric functions. Functions. Okay. Or it is also called circular functions. Circular functions. Okay. So as you know, we have seen in previous classes also that if we have a right angle triangle, we have a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle, you know that, and this is your A, B, and C. This is angle theta. And I told you in class 10, if you remember some one sentence, you have to remember some people have curly brown hair through proper brushing. If you remember this sentence, you can remember all the formulas. But listen, this is angle, opposite side of the angle. What will be the opposite side of the angle? This will be the opposite side. So this is called opposite side, or we can say perpendicular. This is perpendicular. You know that this is base and this is hypotenuse. Correct? Perpendicular, we can also say opposite side. So ka toa, if you have remember, so ka toa. This also I taught you in class 10. So opposite side, this is called adjacent side. So if you are finding by opposite adjacent, so you have to remember SOHCAHTOA. Same thing. SOHCAHTOA means sine theta opposite upon hypotenuse. Here sine theta perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Sine theta is equal to, according to this, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Either we say perpendicular upon hypotenuse or opposite side upon hypotenuse. But hypotenuse will not change. Okay, will be means we call hypotenuse in both the system. Sine theta, then cos theta, T B upon H. Cos theta, C for cos theta, B base, H upon H. H is hypotenuse, and base we can say cos theta is equal to adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So base is what? It is also called as adjacent side on hypotenuse. Correct? Then T for tan theta. So tan theta is equal to P upon B, perpendicular upon base, and perpendicular is what? Perpendicular upon base. That means perpendicular tan theta O opposite side upon hypotenuse. Oh, sorry, upon base. So base, what is base? Base is adjacent side. So opposite upon adjacent side. Twa, opposite upon adjacent side. Okay, so these we have to remember. And you know that what is the opposite value of sine theta is cosec theta. So therefore cosec theta will be opposite of this, H upon P, or H upon opposite side. Okay, and sec theta will be equal to h upon b. So I will use hypotenuse, base, and perpendicular instead of adjacent and opposite. Generally, I use these terms, and opposite of tan theta is cot theta, base upon perpendicular. So that is adjacent side upon opposite side. Opposite side. Okay, so this is the definition. These are the definitions of trigonometrical ratios. These are called ratios because this is the ratio of the two sides of a right angled triangle. Then we have seen the values. What? Okay. We have seen some values up to 90 degree in class 10, but now we have up to 360 degree values. Values up to 360 degree. How to write the values up to 60 degree? So you remember, I will show you this how to make the table and how to remember it. Trigonometrical functions of some standard trigonometric functions of some standard angles. Some standard angles. In the starting, you also have the values that you have to directly put in the questions and you can solve. So with all values we should know so angles here we will write angle theta, that is here angle is we are considering theta. Then here we will have sine theta, then cos theta, then tan theta. Okay. Then we can write cot theta, anything we can write in here. Cot theta, sec theta, and cosec theta, and cosec theta. These values we will see. And half of the values we have already studied in class 10th up to 90 degree, and you have done the questions also, although it was, I think, deleted portion for you, but you must know that one. Okay, so now with all values we have to remember, you know that starting is 0 degree. In degree I will write 0 degree. Okay, so 0 degree, then we have 30 degree. 0 degree, then we have 30 degree. But in degrees, as I told you, in degrees we will write 30 degree, and in terms of radians we will write pi by 6. So remember, pi by 6 is 30 degree. Why? Because 180 divided by 6. Pi by 6, you forget, you can write 180 divided by 6. 6 1 is 6, 6 3 is 18, to 30 degree. Like this, you can remember the values in terms of pi, radian that we have seen the previous part, radian. So 30 degree till here, you know 30 degree, then 45 degree, then 60 degree, then 90 degree, then you will write 120 degree, then 135 degree, 150 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree, and 360 degree. Up to here, 360 degree. So 30 degree, then we have 45 degree, that can be written as pi by 4. Then we have 60 degree, pi by 3. We will use in terms of pi generally, yeah? And 90 degree, pi by 2. Then 120 degree, 2 pi by 3. Now you can see pi by 3 is what? 60 degree, and 6 to the 12, 120 degree. If you want to convert, if you forget, suppose, how will you write 135 degree in pi? So what will you do? 135, you will multiply by pi and divide by 180 degree, and then solve it. You will get 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4. So 135 degree can be written as 3 pi by 4. Then 150 degree can be written as 5 pi by 6. 3 5 is 15. And then 180 degree. Generally, you will find up to 180 degree. But here they have given 270 and 360 also. So I think we will write. So pi, because up to pi it will be repeated. Then 270 degree, because maybe used, it will be used definitely. So 360 degree, then 360 degree. That is 2 pi. So now you know, I told you that how to remember the degree values of, how to remember. You know that. Do you remember that I told you how to remember the values of sine? You can write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each value is divided by 4 and put root on each value and solve them. You get here 0, 1 by 2, root 2 and the 2, 2 to the 4. So 1 by root 2, and this is 3. So root 3 by 2, 4 upon 4, root 1 is 1. So like this you can write the values. You can remember the value 0 of sine 1 by 2, 45 degree 1 by root 2, 60 degree root 3 by 2, and 90 degree 1. Okay. After this, you should know that you are taking 120, 135, 90 plus 30, 120, and 120 plus 15, 135. Then 135 plus 15, 150. Then 150 plus 30, 180. So there is no sequence directly, but after this, all the values will be repeated. After 1, all values you can repeat. This root 3 by 2 will come here, root 3 by 2, then 1 by root 2 will come, then you go like this way, then 1 by 2 will come, and then 0. So 180 degree is 0. 270, I will tell you how to find the any degree. We can find now 1080, any degree we can find out, but for that we have to study one more thing. Okay. So 270 degree, again this will become negative. From 270 degree this will become negative, and 360 degree again 0, because sine 0 degree is 0. When you see the graph of sine is like this, sine 0 degree 0, then this will be 180 degree 0, then 360 degree 0. That we will also study separately. Okay. So like this we can write the values of cos will be opposite of this. This one will be written here, root 3 by 2, then 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 and 0 in the reverse order. Then again it will start, but here this will be negative. For cos, from here you will write minus 1 by 2. All values will become negative. Minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by root 2, minus root 3 by 2, minus root 3 by 2, then minus 1. Here 1 will become minus 1. And 180, okay, minus 1. And 360, 270 degree will be 0. And 360 value is 1. Similarly, tan is sine upon cos 0 upon 1, 0. When you divide this, 2 will cancel, 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3. Then both cancelled, we get 1. 2 cancel, root 3. 1 by 0 means anything divided by 0, we write infinity. This is called infinity. Okay. Similarly, this will be minus root 3. Then both cancelled, but negative sign, minus 1. And 150 degree. Minus root 3 by 2. Minus 1 by root 3, correct. Then 0 upon anything, 0. And anything divided by 0 is infinity. 0 is divided by any number is 0. Now you have to just take the reciprocals. What is the reciprocal of 0 is always infinity. The reciprocal of 0 is infinity because 0 is 0 upon 1 and infinity is 1 upon 0. So reciprocal of 0 is infinity and reciprocal of infinity is, so from 10 you can write the reciprocals. 0, infinity, 1 upon root 3 will become root 3. Reciprocal of 1 is 1. Reciprocal of root 3 is 1 by root 3. Infinity is 0. This will be minus 1 by root 3. And minus 1 is minus 1. This will become minus root 3. The 0 will become infinity. Infinity will become 0. 0 will become infinity. Similarly, the cosec reciprocal is sec. The reciprocal of 1 is 1. Reciprocal of root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3. Reciprocal of 1 by root 2 is root 2. Reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2. And reciprocal of 0 is infinity. Reciprocal of minus 1 by 2 is minus 2. And minus root 2. Minus 2 by root 3. Minus 1 is minus 1 only. Reciprocal of 0 is infinity. Reciprocal of 1 is 1. Uh, then this is not cos. This is cos theta. Cot theta, sec theta, and cosec. Cosec theta is the opposite of sin theta. So we will take the reciprocals of sin theta for this one. Reciprocal of 0 is infinity. Reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2. Root 2. 2 by root 3. Reciprocal of 1 is 1. 2 by root 3. 1 by root 2 reciprocal is root 2. 1 by 2, 2. 0 will become infinity. Minus 1 will remain minus 1. 0 will become infinity. So this table at least up to 180 you should remember. You know up to 90 degree. You have to repeat everything again after 1. Repeat everything. Same numbers will be repeated. Only in cos it will become negative. Tan it will become negative. Cot it will become negative. Sec it will become negative. Only sine, remember only in sine, and the opposite of sine is cosec. In these two values, you will not repeat. Okay. So means will not take negative sign, positive. After 90 degree, all are positive, except till here you should remember up to 180 degree. This you can leave. Later on, I will tell you how to find this directly. Huh? 360 also you can remember, because 360 is always equal to 180 degree. 180 degree, 360 degree. 180 is only sign is change here. Here sign will not change. Here sign will change. Only in cos sign will change. Otherwise, it has same value as 180 degree. So it depends on the graph also. So we have in the starting the questions based on the values. Means we can put the values from this table and find out the proof. Like so before that, now I will take you to the very important part, that is sign of trigonometrical functions in different quadrants. Okay, and how to find any value. Now we can find any value. We can find any value. How to find that value and how to remember that. It is very, very, very important. So listen carefully. We have now we can find out any value. Sine 2000, 1 lakh, any value we can find out. Huh? How to find? This is called the sign of trigonometric functions. We should know the sign. I mean to say SIGN. Just you should understand when I am saying sign and when I am saying SIGN. The sign I'm talking about, sign is plus minus of trigonometric functions in different quadrants. This always you have to remember, this always forever you have to remember, because it will be used in any class, anywhere it will be used to find the value of the trigonometrical ratios in different quadrants. In different quadrants. So we have how many quadrants we have? This is I am telling you again. This is very important. You have to fit this in your mind. Otherwise, you cannot do anything in trigonometry. It is very, very important. So this is our x-axis and y-axis. Okay. So yeah, our x-axis, and this is our y-axis. Why it is called? I told you the circular. These are also called as circular functions. Okay. So we have seen that here it is. This is called first quadrant. This is first quadrant, and this is our second quadrant. This is our third quadrant, and this is our fourth quadrant. Okay. So when you start moving from here, we are moving in anti-clockwise direction. That means positive angle, 0 degree. When you reach to this point, you have 90 degree. When you reach to this point, this will have 180 degree. When you reach to this point, this will have 270 degree. And again, you have arrived to 360 degree. So we are moving like this. That is why it is positive angle. Anti-clockwise, we are taking positive, as I told you before. Okay. Now you have to remember There are many ways of remembering this formula. All should take coffee, all should take tea, all silver teacups. Any sentence you can remember, like in starts with a. All should take coffee. Like this also remember, or someone remembers like all silver tea cups. Only we have to remember A, S, T, C. That's why we used to remember one sentence. So all will come in the first quadrant. All will come in the first quadrant. S will come in the second quadrant. T will come in the third quadrant, and C will come in the fourth quadrant. It means all trigonometrical ratios, all are positive. All positive means all trigonometrical ratios, all the six sine, cos, tan, sec, cosec, cot, all are positive. Here sine theta, only sine theta is positive in this quadrant. Okay, sine theta is positive when it lies between 90 to 180. You have seen 90 to 180, sine theta is positive, but cos was negative. If you have seen the previous table, you can refer the previous table. And when sine is positive, automatically its opposite cosec theta. No need to say, just you should remember that cosec theta is also positive. So is also positive. So you have to remember sine theta, then cosec theta will be automatically opposite of it. So it will be positive. Here tan theta will be positive. Tan theta is positive. Okay. Tan theta is positive. When tan theta is positive, so cot also positive, and cot theta. Similarly, here cos theta is positive. Cos theta is positive. So tan, sorry, cos, the opposite of cos is sec theta. So sec theta is also positive here, and also sec theta. Okay. So you have to remember this. In which quadrant, which trigonometrical ratio behaves sign, which trigonometrical ratio is having positive sign or negative sign. So just in first quadrant means 0 degree to 90 degree. You can see from 0 to 90 degree, all positive, all values are positive. Okay. Then 90 to 180 degree, sine and cosec are positive. Sine is positive, 90 to 180. So 90 to 180, you can see that only sine is positive. This is negative, 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 and cosec is positive. Okay. So, so how to remember this? This is so in second quadrant only sine theta, cosec theta positive. Third quadrant tan theta and cot theta is positive, and all other ratios are negative. Okay. Now if we move 0 to 90 degree, if we are moving, suppose we are moving 0 to 90 degree, correct? And if we subtract a small angle, suppose at this point, suppose at this point, this is making an angle of theta. This is making an angle of theta. So that means you are in which quadrant? First quadrant, 90 minus theta. So this angle, what will be the value of this angle? This angle will be 90 degree minus theta. Correct? This will be 90 degree minus theta. Then if you add theta and 90 degree, so that will become 90 degree plus theta. 180 minus theta. So like this, we can write sine. If you have given sine 90 degree minus theta, that means sine lies in the first quadrant. if you have given sine 90 degree plus theta, 90 degree pi by 2, I am taking degree for your convenience, but you can write pi by 2 also. Sine 90 plus theta, second quadrant, 180 minus theta. Are you understanding? 180 minus theta, 180 degree minus theta is which quadrant? Again second quadrant. And sine 180 degree plus theta we have in the third quadrant. Then 270 minus theta, sine 270 degree minus theta again we have in the third quadrant. Then sine 270 degree plus theta we have reached to the fourth quadrant. Then 360 minus theta, sine 360 degree minus theta again we have in fourth quadrant, and sine 360 plus theta, that means we have again reached to the first quadrant. Okay, sine 360 plus theta. Got it? So this will tell you in which quadrant. One more thing, we are moving like this. If we move like in the opposite direction, means anti-clockwise direction, this will be minus theta. As I told you, anti-clockwise is sine minus theta. So that I will write it at last, sine minus theta. But in books you will find sine minus theta. Okay. So this you have to remember. So now we will see the sign of this sign. So sine is getting confused. So I will take cos. So remove this all signs and I will show you with cos. After that we can do it for sine also. Huh? So for any trigonometrical ratio we can take. So cos 90 minus theta, cos 90 plus theta, cos 180 plus theta minus theta, cos 270, cos 360 minus theta, and cos 360 plus theta, and cos minus theta. Now we see in which quadrant it lies. 90 minus theta. First of all, you have to see the sign SIGN, plus minus of cos. Cos is in which quadrant? First quadrant. So it will be positive. 90 plus theta, second quadrant, cos is negative. Again 180 minus theta, it is in second quadrant, it is negative. Third quadrant, again 180 plus theta, third quadrant, negative. 270 minus our third quadrant, negative. Then 270 plus theta, fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, cos is positive. 360 minus theta is also fourth quadrant. 360 plus theta is first quadrant, all positive. Negative means fourth quadrant, and fourth quadrant is cos is positive. So first of all, we should remember the sign. Then two things you have to remember: at 90 degree, they change at 90 degree and 270 degree. At 90 degree and 270 degree, cos will change to sine, and in all other degrees it will remain as cos. So cos 90 minus theta, it will change into sine theta. Because of 90 degree, it will become sine theta 90 degree. 180 degree, cos 180 degree minus theta, cos theta, it will remain cos theta. It will have 270 degree, cos will become sine theta, and sine will become cos theta, and 270 again, so it will become sine theta, and this will remain cos theta, and cos theta. Okay, so here we have 1 minute left, so rejoin. Okay, rejoin so that we can continue.